CBS Cablevision presents high school football today in the NJSIAA Group 1 playoffs. The Maple Shade Wildcats visiting the Thundering Herd of Woodbury High School. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Shryock along with Steve Crispin. Steve, on an absolutely gorgeous day at Woodbury High School. Here we are in the middle of November, and this playoff starting the expanded version this year. And a real good opportunity for Woodbury to get to that second round, Steve.
And certainly an opportunity also for Maple Shade, a team we normally wouldn't see in the playoffs, but because of the expanded format, they're getting an opportunity to play here, and it is an opportunity to watch a very good Woodbury team, a Woodbury team that's excited about this opportunity they have, losing out to Paulsboro in the conference championship, maybe looking for a rematch somewhere down the line, but it's a good team and a good matchup in the early round.
If Woodbury wins this one, they have to knock off one of the best 1-2 running tandems in all of South Jersey.
Yes, Maple Shade comes in here. It's a very fine running attack. And when you listen to the coaches talk before the game as they're speaking to their players, they're constantly mentioning to the players, we have to control the line of scrimmage. Their philosophy coming into today is they want to keep this fine Woodbury offense off the field as much as they can. You start with Shea Foster in the backfield, a player who's nearing 1,000-yard mark for the season, 14th leading scorer, 14th scorer in South Jersey this year. Not a big running back, but a very elusive running back, and in front of him, Tim Stubbs, a good fullback, a good lead blocker, also very productive this year, a little over 700 yards so far.
And they can throw the football too, Steve.
And Mike Stewart, a good quarterback, and I think they're going to have a little balance. It's going to be very difficult for them to come into this ball game, I think, and against a fine Woodbury defense and think that they're going to win this game by just running the football. Going to be very important that Mike Stewart, with a fine arm that he has, is able to keep this defense a little bit off balance with his throwing ability.
Woodbury led by one of the premier players in South Jersey at his position, and that, of course, is Ryan Kent at quarterback.
Year in and year out, the one thing that you can expect from this Woodbury team is that they're going to run the option, and probably no one in the history maybe of Woodbury has done it any better than Ryan Kent. He's a fine quarterback, and everything starts there when you put as much responsibility on a quarterback as this Woodbury coaching staff does, and their ability to read the defense, know when to hand off, know when to run the option, and he's a good quarterback in the fact that he's a great runner and a very good thrower.
Okay, we have a good one coming up. The winner of this one gets the winner of the Florence-Burlington Township game in the second round of the Group 1 playoffs. It's Woodbury against Maple Shade right after this. NJSIAA playoff football at Woodbury High School. Absolutely gorgeous day for the start of the playoffs in Group 1. Bob Shryock along with Steve Crispin. The Woodbury Thundering Herd getting ready for action. And Steve, they've had a good year. They're 6-2, and of course, one of those wins ending Paulsboro's 63-game winning streak.
Awful lot of excitement here in the town of Woodbury there in that second game of the season. A big win over Paulsboro, a great streak that this fine Paulsboro team put together. And of course, as we talked a little bit about in the opening, Paulsboro would love to have another shot at this Woodbury team in the finals.
Paulsboro starts today with Point Pleasant Beach, a team that they should defeat handily. And then they would possibly play Glassboro in the second round. How many times have they been facing each other in the playoffs in the last 20 years? And of course, Woodbury in the other half of the bracket. But they have a tough cookie to overcome today. Maple Shade, real good football team. One of the best Maple Shade teams in the 90s. They are coached by Mark Deal. And they're 5-3 this year and a high potent offense. So Woodbury will be kicking off to Maple Shade.
With number 32, Shea Foster.
And Ryan Kent, who does just about everything for this Thundering Herd football team, also has the kickoff honors. Deep for Maple Shade in the middle, Shea Foster. He is the mighty mite. 5'7", 135 pounds, and with just 32 yards rushing today, he will pass the 1,000-yard mark for the season. So he's a good one. We're ready to get underway. First quarter, first round, Group 1 playoffs, 1998, Woodbury and Maple Shade. Short kickoff taken at the 27-yard line, and good coverage downfield. The return man for Maple Shade just getting a couple of yards.
With number 22, Arnold Wilson.
And Maple Shade will have the first possession of the football game starting from their own 33-yard line. They have an outstanding offense. Mike Stewart runs the attack, and of course, one of the best pairs of running backs in the area, Tim Stubbs, number 20, Shea Foster, number 32. Foster in motion. And the handoff straight ahead. Stubbs with the carry, gets a couple of yards over the cross of 35 to about the 37-yard line.
Nothing fancy about this Maple Shade offense. They run out of that I formation. They're going to feature Shea Foster in that tailback position. Tim Stubbs will spend a lot of time as his lead blocker, showing a little bit of motion just to try to see how this Woodbury defense is going to react and possibly try to set some plays off of that motion later on the game.
2nd and 6 after the 4-yard carry by Stubbs. And the carry by Foster has some room into the clear. He can go to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 10. Touchdown, Maple Shade on a quick hitter by Shea Foster, who's over 1,000 yards quickly. How about that? Just 45 seconds into the football game, a 63-yard touchdown run by Shea Foster.
Well, that's a big play for these Maple Shade Wildcats early in the ball game. I think coming into this ball game, I don't think they felt that they were going to be in a position where they were going to get the big plays against this Woodbury defense. This is a defense with a lot of speed. They kind of felt that their game plan was going to be get about 4 or 5 yards at a pop, control the line of scrimmage. But that time, Shea Foster using good footwork, finding the opening, getting the long gain from touchdown.
Eddie Leahy from placement. And it's good. So 7-0 Maple Shade, just 45 seconds into the football game. Second play from scrimmage. And the 135-yard Shea Foster with the touchdown. Let's get a look at this one, Steve.
You mentioned he's not a big running back, but has great footwork. You can see he's got his head up, just a little side step there, and then he sees the opening up the middle. Good blocks on the linebackers, and there you then see the speed of Shea Foster, as once he gets out in the open, there's going to be nobody to catch him as he takes it in for the score.
What a great start for Maple Shade on the 63-yard touchdown run by Foster. And well, we know they were a high potent offense, and Woodbury able to score some points also, Steve, so we could see a high-scoring game today.
For Woodbury, number 22, Arlo Nelson. Along with number 8, Harris Minor.
Harris Minor, the deep man in the middle for Woodbury, as they will get the ball quickly just after 45 seconds, but not before some big damage done by Maple Shade. That'll wake you up a little bit, honestly.
Oh, it certainly will. I think Woodbury caught just a little off guard there. Certainly they know that Foster's going to be the feature back, and I think they know he's the man that's going to be carrying most of the workload for this Maple Shade offense. But I don't think they expected him to have the kind of speed. You know, one of the things that we were talking about prior to the game is the unfamiliarity that both coaches have and both these teams have with each other. Playing in 2 conferences, Burlington County and in Gloucester County. They really don't know a whole lot. They've only seen each other on film, seen each other probably in person for the first time this season.
Leahy kicking off for Maple Shade. The Wildcats already leading 7-0. Good kickoff by Leahy. Taken at the 5-yard line by Minor. And Minor gets a pretty good return, so Woodbury will have its first possession also from the 33-yard line.
On the Woodbury 34-yard line.
Ryan Kent runs the offense for Woodbury High School. Ryan wrapping up a tremendous career at the quarterback position for Woodbury. Great option quarterback. Loves to run the football. And some great skilled position players behind him as well. Straight ahead, very little doing. Greg Beverly on the carry. Only gets about a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Thundering Herd.
Now your fullback dive sets everything up when you run that wishbone. Got to be able to run tackle to tackle. You want to try to draw that defense. Eventually you'll see Kent pull that ball out and either run it himself or run that option to the outside.
Trying to throw. Has a man open, hits his target. And first down yardage, it appears, on the completed pass to Marcus Money. The advance to the 44-yard line and the first down of the football game for Woodbury.
We've had an opportunity to see Ryan Kent now for 3 years as his quarterback this Woodbury team, and probably the biggest improvement in his game is in his ability to throw the ball. And this is what's really given this Woodbury offense great balance. Going for 158 yards in his last game, a win over Sterling.
And a huge gainer for the big fullback. Pulling tacklers with him as Greg Beverly gets another first down into Maple Shade territory at the 39-yard line. So back-to-back first downs for Woodbury, and they're knocking on Maple Shade's door.
Maple Shade's going to have a real tough time controlling this running game for Woodbury. That time a real nice read by Kent off that left guard, giving the ball to Beverly. These Maple Shade linebackers sit really deep off the ball, and probably have to see more as we go further in this game. A lot more stunning by these linebackers to try to clog up those running lanes.
Keeps the football, turns it back inside, takes a pretty good lick, gets a couple of yards. To the 37-yard line, pick up of 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Woodbury.
Number 44, Sean Loomis, linebacker for Maple Shade, doing a real nice job sitting back there. He read that. It was a straight option all the way. It was a lead option where your fullback and halfback are out there blocking. Then trying to cut that back up inside, but Loomis doing a nice job of filling in there to make the tackle for a real short gain.
2nd and 8, ball at the 37-yard line. Beverly, the only back set behind Kent. Kent to throw, has lots of time, fires it, completed pass, right on the target to Arthur Lewis. Lewis with the first down pickup to the 22-yard line. So Kent on target with these first 2 passes, and Woodbury with his 3rd first down on this drive.
What I've always liked about this Woodbury wishbone is they use a lot of variations in their formations. That time sending 2 receivers to the right-hand side. Lewis is the wide receiver. He just kind of went down and hooked up in the middle. Kent doing a nice job of finding him for the first down.
1st and 10, ball at the 22. Kent with the pitch to Allen. Allen gets a couple, gets to the corner, but the advance only to the 20-yard line.
Number 44, Sean Loomis.
Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8 with 8:10 to play first period. Maple Shade on top, 7-0 on that 63-yard touchdown run by Che Foster on just the 2nd play from scrimmage. Maybe a wishbone attack of Woodbury High. Straight ahead. Twisting for a yard or 2 is Paris Minor. Not a whole lot doing. Gets just about a yard, so that'll create a 3rd down and 7 for the Thundering Herd.
This defensive front for Maple Shade is doing a real nice job of getting penetration, and they're keeping guys off the linebackers. There you see in our picture Sean Loomis, again the linebacker, 44, doing a real nice job of slicing in there and getting Minor, keeping him for a very short game.
3rd and 7 call, ball at the 19. Kent to throw, fires it into the end zone, and completed for the touchdown. Great catch for the touchdown by Marcus Money at the 6:55 mark. He just fired out there, Steve, and let the 6'2" Marcus Money, who had a height advantage, get over top of the defender and make the catch for a 19-yard TD, and it's 7-6.
But last week, this is something that Ryan Kent had mentioned after his game against Sterling. It's a luxury to be able to go back in the pocket and just put the ball up there and let your receivers go after it. That's exactly what he did there. Nice pass, but Money doing a great job of just getting up over top of the defender for the score.
And the extra point kick is good by Tim Anderson. He's the freshman. 7-7.
And this play here, Kent's all the way, looking long. He's got Money split out to the left-hand side, and it's a straight run up the field, and he just lays it out there, and you can see there, Leary, the defensive back, really has no chance.
That's a 5'5" defensive back, Steve, trying to defend the 6'2" Marcus Money, but a tremendous catch by Money. Kent 3 for 3 on that drive, Steve, and whereas it took Maple Shade only 45 seconds to get on the scoreboard, Woodbury with almost a 5-minute drive to get it even.
You mentioned Ken coming into this game against Sterling, had a real nice outing. I think this Woodbury offense is really starting to click now, both running the ball and throwing the ball. Ken had over 100 yards rushing last game, over 100 yards passing. And there you saw the balance in this club. You mentioned the three completions in that drive. Keep things going. Very difficult team to stop when they got it all working for them.
Kent kicking off. The deep man for Maple Shade is Foster, but I don't think they want to kick it to him. Stubbs flanking him on one side. There is Foster, who already has a 63-yard touchdown run. 7-7 tie. Long way to go in the first quarter. Good kickoff by Kent. Kicks it away from Foster to Stubbs. Stubbs looking for a wall, but nice coverage by the Thundering Herd. Terrific job by their special teams. Down there, Allen in on the play. And we'll take time out from Woodbury High School. The score in the first round of the Group 1 playoffs, 7-7. Maple Shade ball at their own 20-yard line. Steve Crispin and Bob Shryock. A handoff to Foster. Foster takes a lick, but gets about 5 yards. Good tackle on the play by Kent Ryan. Ryan Kent. I knew I'd do that before the day was over. This guy's with 2 first names. 5-yard pickup by Foster. Second down and 5. Stewart running the attack for the Wildcats. Stubbs, he's just about going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Maybe a yard. Bring up a third down and about 4 for Maple Shade.
Little inside trap there. Maple Shade trying to get a quick opener, but it was good penetration on that inside as they out front of that Woodbury herd. Steve Smith, number 65, getting there with good penetration, able to get a hand on Stubbs, even to a very minimal gain.
Jim Boyd, the Woodbury High School coach, he's been here 27 years, the last 9 as the head coach. Jim's been a great guy in this program for a long, long time. Stewart to throw, good protection, fires it, incompleted. That'll bring up a 4th down and a punting situation for Maple Shade. Intended receiver, Mark Bloom.
Certainly not what the Wildcats wanted. You don't want a lot of 3 and outs today, especially when you're going to turn the ball over and give Woodbury good field position.
Harris Minor, the deep man for Woodbury, back at about his own 40-yard line. Just gets it off. Oh, they're going to throw the penalty. Penalty flag for roughing the kicker. The punter was Phil Sharp. He fumbled the snap, was late getting it off. And that works to Maple Shade's advantage because I think they're going to get a roughing the punter in this one, Steve.
The question, of course, is whether or not they tipped the ball or not. It looked like he was able to get the ball off clean, and there's no doubt the defensive player did run into the kicker. He only a 5-yard. I guess it's going to be the 15.
Fans don't like that call, but it's Maple Shade.
You have roughing the kicker against the defense, automatic, first down.
That's referee Jim Daly making the call. So Maple Shade keeps possession at its own 40-yard line after the roughing the kicker. Pitch to Foster. Trying to get to the corner. He won't get there. Good coverage on the corner. Getting there first, John Stites for Woodbury. So Foster picks up only about a yard on the play. Second down and 9.
Real tough to run outside against this Woodbury team. Great team defense. Their corners come back up real hard. You saw that time, and you mentioned Stites coming up from his corner position to make the tackle on Foster for no gain.
Just a couple of yards to advance to about the 43-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Wildcats. 3rd down and about 8 for a 1st down. Although he has a great rushing tandem in Foster and Stubbs, quarterback Mike Stewart had a good year throwing the football too, so they have a well-balanced offense. And he has an excellent receiver in James Johnson. He's a big one, 6'3", 210 pounds. One of the 2 receivers set to the near side. Stewart to throw. Fires it, and it's dropped by the aforementioned Johnson. And again, Maple Shade will be forced into a punting situation.
2 receivers out to the left-hand side. Johnson on the inside, just going down and running a little out pattern. A little short there. Even if they caught the ball, probably would not have been enough for a 1st down. You mentioned before, they have got to be able to throw the ball effectively here today, even though they have that fine running attack.
Sharp punting. Puts this one off. Minor lets it go out of bounds. So Woodbury will begin its 2nd possession of the 1st quarter at the 3:54 mark. At 7-7, Maple Shade hitting quickly on the 63-yard TD run by Foster. That's just 45 seconds into the game. Then at the 6:55 mark, after a great drive, Woodbury ties it on a Kent to Money pass of 19 yards. Both extra points good at 7-7. So Woodbury starts from its own 20-yard line. A flawless drive, 1st time for the Thundering Herd. Ryan Kent calling the signals. 3-year starter at quarterback for Woodbury. Kent fires it, has a man open, and can't quite make the connection as Allen tried to catch it over his shoulders, incompleted. 2nd down and 10. Tough pass to hang on to, but a good effort by Allen.
Yeah, you're right. Very difficult throwing over the shoulder of a receiver. Looking to get Allen out here on the wide side of the field. They had their wide receiver in that particular time just kind of flying down the middle of the field. Arthur Lewis to clear things out for Allen. That time Ken just putting just a little bit too much on the ball. Allen not able to get to it.
2nd and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. Kent. And Kent will run with the football. Eludes 1 tackler. Kent. Boy, and he loves to dish out the punishment, and he bowls over Foster to get a couple of more yards, and the fans love that. He is one tough cookie at the quarterback position, Steve.
As much as he loves to throw the ball, he also loves to run the ball. And their ability to throw the ball here early in this 1st half has really loosened up this Wildcat defense. Drops back, makes a real nice read. He's looking long, doesn't feel comfortable, tucks the ball, and makes that nice little inside-outside move. And then at the end of this play, you can see him lower that shoulder.
Oh, I love that.
He hits
I love
Foster,
that.
Picks up about 3 or 4 extra yards.
17-yard 1st down carry by Kent. Start from their 31-yard line. Straight ahead, but nothing for Greg Beverly, the 235-pound senior fullback. Just about back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10.
53, Phil Sharp doing a nice job of penetrating in there out of his down tackle position to get to Beverly for no gain.
Winner of this one plays either Florence or Burlington Township in the 2nd round of the playoffs next Saturday. Same play straight ahead, and again with short yardage for Greg Beverly. He advanced to the 40-yard line, so that's a 3rd down and about 6 for the Thundering Herd. 2:20 to play, 3rd in the 1st quarter. Coach Jim Boyd looking on in his 9th season. Real good record, 61 wins, just 25 losses, 1 tie as a head coach. So a big 3rd down call for Ryan Kent. Long count. I don't think they got the playoff. Might be a delay of game call against Woodbury.
Offense.
So it makes it a 3rd down and about 11 for Woodbury. 1:53 to play in the first. 7-7 tie. Maple Shade from the Freedom Division of the Burlington County League, and of course Woodbury, longtime member of the Colonial Conference. That's the head coach of Maple Shade, Mark Deal. The throw, fires it, and it's intercepted, I believe. Intercepted on the sidelines by number 14, Mike Stewart. The opposing quarterback picks off Ken, who previously had been perfect throwing the ball. And now Maple Shade with great field position in Woodbury territory at the 48.
Stewart doing a really nice job of reading that. The inside receiver of their twin format went down about 10 or 15 yards, broke to the outside. Stewart just stepped right in front to pick that play off, and that's a big one for this Maple Shade team right now to get good field position, good opportunity to score.
Foster, and he will lose yardage. Good job defensively by the Herd as J.D. Barringer among the tacklers. Barringer's had a terrific year for the Thundering Herd. A lot of key defensive plays. Loss of a yard, it'll be 2nd and 11.
Those type of plays which take a little bit of time to develop. That's a little trap, counter trap action back to the weak side. Gives this Woodbury defense an excellent opportunity to get penetration. This Maple Shade offense has got to hit that hole and hit as quickly as they can.
Stewart getting a big rush. To screen pass to Foster. Gets by one tackler. Watch him. He is dangerous. Gets the first down to the 37-yard line. A pickup on the play of 12 yards. And a first down for Maple Shade. A well-disguised screenplay, and it worked nicely.
They're going to do everything they can to get the ball into Foster's hands, especially out in that open field. And screen pass is a nice way of doing that. Fake into the line of scrimmage, allowing that defensive line to penetrate, and then throwing it over top. And you can again see the nice footwork that Foster has. Once he gets out there, his ability to elude tacklers. At his size, he's not the kind of player who's going to be run over a lot of people. He can run around them.
40 seconds, the handoff to Foster, picking his way, has some yardage. Pulled down, he's not easy to bring down. Just a little guy, as we said before. It's 5'7", 135, but excellent runner. The advance to the 35, pickup of 3, 2nd down and 7 with the clock running and 20 seconds to go in the period. And if it's a running play, should be the final play of the quarter. Ten seconds in the quarter. May not get the play off. 5 seconds. They do. Stewart getting a big rush, and he will be sacked. Getting there first is Barringer. He had a lot of help. Finishing the play, Justin Cruz, but he had help too. So a long loss on the sack on the final play of the first quarter. After one from Woodbury High School, first round of the NJSIAA Group 1 playoffs. It's Maple Shade 7 and Woodbury 7. We have a good one in Woodbury High. Woodbury 7, Maple Shade 7, heading into the second quarter of the Group 1 playoff first rounder. Bob Shryock along with Steve Crispin. And Maple Shade will be faced with a 3rd and 16 after the 6-yard sack loss suffered by Stewart in the final play of the first quarter. And Maple Shade takes a timeout before we run a play to start the second quarter.
A lot of confusion out there. They had an opportunity to talk to the coaching staff in between quarters. They came out on the field, and there really wasn't enough time to get into the huddle and really get themselves set. They come to the line of scrimmage. I think they had their receivers on the wrong side. It's a big play for them. I mentioned 3rd down and long right here. They had a great opportunity after the turnover, but with the loss on that 2nd down play trying to pass, it set the Maple Shade offense back.
You can see this game on television.
Mark Deal, the head coach at Maple Shade High School, in his 6th season as head coach. Zach Valentine, one of the assistants for Woodbury High. They've got a great veteran coaching staff: Butch Gale, Tom Hurst, Donnell Davis, and of course, assistant head coach Wee Willie Murray, a legend right here at Woodbury High. Stewart to throw, fires it. Has a man open, Johnson. Johnson taking tacklers with him to the 10-yard line. He's the ace receiver on this Maple Shade team. 6'3" receiver Johnson, and Steve, he got behind the defense and made a great play.
He made a real nice play, and I'll tell you, Stewart did a real nice job of putting the ball right there. He's looking at Johnson all the way. He steps and he throws, and there's not a lot of room to get in there, but he finds it. It's in between the quarterback, the cornerback there, and Kent, who's the safety. They find that little opening in the defense.
33-yard gain on the pass to Johnson, straight up the middle. And Stubbs with pretty good yardage down to the 5-yard line. They can get a first down without scoring. This possession started this series just beyond the 10-yard line, so they get it down to about the half-yard line. They can get a first down without scoring.
That's a real big play. 3rd down and long to come up with not only the first down, but now to get it down here close to that 10-yard line. And a great opportunity to score now for the Wildcats. Need to take advantage of it.
2nd down and 5. The ball right about the 5-yard line. Foster. Nice job of submarining the play by Barringer, or he could be in the end zone. Foster got about a yard on the play, so it's 3rd down and 4. A test for the Woodbury defense.
You know they'll be keen on Foster here, especially out of that power I formation. You bring that extra blocker into the backfield.
Straight ahead, but nothing doing.
Three straight running plays over that right-hand side.
Now Maple Shade wants another timeout because they want an opportunity to talk about this big 4th down call. The runner was Sean Loomis. So with a 4th down and about 3.5 for a first down and 4 for a touchdown, Maple Shade takes timeout to talk about this. Zach Valentine in the defensive huddle for the Thundering Herd.
Well, this is a great opportunity for the Wildcats, and as you said, they have to be able to take advantage of these opportunities. Not many times you're going to get the ball down in this kind of position to score. It looks like they're definitely going to go for it on 4th down. There's no indication that they're going to even think about maybe kicking a field goal. They know they need to put points on the board. It's a very explosive Thundering Herd offense. They know they're going to need a lot of points to stay in this ball game.
This opportunity, scoring opportunity, set up by an interception by Stewart, the Maple Shade quarterback. Big play coming up right here. 4th down. Stewart, and there's a penalty. That was pretty obvious. Johnson, the intended receiver, but looked like he was pushed in the end zone, so this is a big break for Maple Shade.
Johnson was lined up on the right-hand side, went all the way across the defense. And like you said, pretty obviously got tied up down there. And here's the call. It is interference against the Thundering Herd.
This is going to be 1st down for Maple Shade.
Interference against the defense. Ball be placed in the 2-yard line. Automatic. 1st down.
So now it's 1st down and goal from the 2.
Here we'll see in the tail end of the play. Just miss it there. As we said, Johnson was lined up to that right-hand side. He's their go-to guy in the passing game. Goes all the way across the field. Contact is made, preventing him the opportunity to get to the ball, and the penalty is called and gives the Wildcats the 1st down.
4 opportunities to score from the 2. Straight ahead. Stubbs gets to maybe the 1, about a yard on the play. That's all. 2nd down and goal. Malachi Allen in on a tackle for Woodbury.
2nd and goal from the 2. Wildcats.
Woodbury looking for Foster. Stubbs gets the handoff. I think we're going to see Foster on this carry.
It's going to be be a tough 2 yards no matter what they do. Certainly got to get the ball into Foster's hands as much as possible. See if maybe they want to go back over that left-hand side.
Straight ahead to Stubbs, and he's easily into the end zone for the touchdown. Tim Stubbs with the touchdown at the 9:26 mark of period number 2. And in this seesaw game, Maple Shade back up on top, 13-7. The interception setting up the score for Maple Shade.
Left-hand side of that Wildcat offensive line doing a real nice job of blocking down by going to Stubbs, a quick hitter off that left-hand side. You got your linebackers keying on the tailback, gets in there very easily.
Extra point good again by Eddie Leahy, and it's 14-7 Maple Shade. Let's see the touchdown.
Just a quick opener. Fullback dive to the left. Watch your left-hand side just block down. And he kind of slides off his left tackle there with a huge hole in for the score.
So Maple Shade, the underdog coming into the game. Just about all the prognosticators had Woodbury winning this one. Maple Shade, the visiting team, on top, 14-7. They scored first. Woodbury matched that. Out on Maple Shade's going back out in front again. And that young man, number 14, Mike Stewart, has been an important player today. The interception by him leading to the second Maple Shade score.
First, Bob, there's no telling how this game's going to turn out, but it does say something for the expanded format of the playoffs. Here's the team Maple Shade would not even had the opportunity to be in the playoffs and matched up against the number 2 seed Woodbury. And so far, really being very productive offensively and got themselves, of course, right in this game and a good 7-point lead.
How do you like the expanded format, Steve?
There's parts of it I like, certainly lengthening the season. I like that idea. There's been teams that have always appeared to be on the bubble. Those teams that are just, they could be undefeated, well, actually undefeated, but have one loss on the season, but because of power rating, or lack of power rating points, now have the opportunity to participate in the playoffs. For some of the teams that don't make the playoffs, there's been a positive side to that also. A lot has been written about some of the teams that have not been able to win so far this year. Now having the opportunity to play an extra game against a team that's kind of at the same level win-loss record that you may have is also a plus for some of the teams that don't make the playoffs.
Leahy kicking off for Maple Shade. Good, strong kickoff, and that will go out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. So that'll come out to the 40 and give Woodbury good field position as they try to counter the Maple Shade touchdown. 14-7 Maple Shade with 9:26 to play in the first half. Spot at the 35-yard line. Woodbury cheerleaders trying to get the crowd going. Not a real big crowd, Steve. Kind of surprised at such a gorgeous day.
On the kickoff, ball being put in place, 35-yard line. First down.
The voice of referee Jim Daly. So Woodbury, which had a very impressive opening drive to get their first score, now finds itself trailing again. Ryan at the controls for Woodbury. Fires it, but it's intercepted. It was tipped and then intercepted by Jason Zern. And Maple Shade with its second interception on consecutive passes by Ryan Kent. Back in position again. That ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Wildcat defense up front doing a real nice job getting their hands up. Little fake to the inside. And they're looking to the outside on a quick little hook pattern. But as you just mentioned, the ball is tipped there. Number 52, Zern, able to get his hands on it and bring it in for their interception. And right now, this Woodbury defense is going to be tested. They need to come up big. Don't want to get down 2 touchdowns going into halftime.
I'll pronounce the name of the guy that tipped it. It's Poteniluk. I know you didn't want to do that, Steve.
Leave that one to you, Bob.
Foster trying to get to the outside, but great pursuit. And the tackle by Woodbury's John Stites. So second and 10, no gain on the play. Ball at the 33-yard line. It's 14-7 Maple Shade, a bit of a surprise, and they have another opportunity to score. Ball play to Foster. Foster putting his head down and bowling ahead for a yard or two.
Tackle number 3, Vincent Allen.
There's an Allen in on a tackle for Woodbury. Pickup of just about a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Wildcats.
Maple Shade probably in 2-down territory here. They don't get it on 3rd. They'll probably be going for it on 4th. Like to be able to pick up at least maybe half the yardage.
Real good running tandem behind Stewart and Stubbs and Foster. Stewart fire looking for the big guy again, but overshoots the intended receiver, Johnson. They're trying to use Johnson's size, but nice coverage this time downfield by Matt Giles. That will bring up a 4th down and 9 for the Wildcats. Johnson has one key reception in the game. Then he was interfered with in the end zone that set up the second Maple Shade score. So big play here for the Woodbury defense. 4th down and 9. Take the draw. Stewart getting a big rush. He'll go down. Barringer got in there first. He didn't make the tackle, but he had a lot of help. C.J. Maurer was in on the play. It's an Allen in on the play. Good job by the Thundering Herd. They get the ball back in real good field position, so the defense does the job for Woodbury.
Well, they needed to come up big, and they came up big. Great penetration. Not even giving Stewart the opportunity to set and throw. Come real hard from the outside, and when you need to get a good pass rush on, you've got to get good penetration out of your defensive end positions, and exactly what they did.
8:01 to play in the half. Woodbury trailing 14-7. Carry by Minor. Not a lot doing. Advanced to about the 43-yard line. About 2 yards for Minor. 2nd down and 8.
Maple Shade defense has done a real nice job of reacting to this wishbone offense. I mentioned the fact that this Woodbury offense gives you a lot of different looks in that wishbone. They have the ability to be inside, outside. They throw the ball very well, but Wildcats have reacted very well. They've controlled both the inside and the outside of this Woodbury running attack.
Okay. Good protection. He has a lot of room to run. Kent, great in the open field, makes a 1st down carry, and he doesn't mind when his receivers aren't open because he loves to run the football.
They do a real nice job of spreading that field, and that's what they did. Kent went back, looked to his left-hand side, had 3 receivers flooding the left-hand zone, and then he looked back and saw nothing to the right-hand side, put that ball away and ran. See the motion over to the left. He's looking left. There's 3 receivers. Good job defensively in coverage for the Wildcats. But that gave him a lot of room. Once he put that ball down, he was able to pick up the 1st.
Good decision. 16-yard run for the 1st down to the 44-yard line. Kent fires it over the middle, wide open. For the 1st down carry and a lot more is Arthur Lewis. And they get a 1st down to about the 20-yard line. Pick up on the play of 22. Woodbury back hammering on Maple Shade's door.
That's the 2nd time this ball game that Lewis has gone down and just kind of found that opening between the linebackers. About 10, 15 yards down the field, and Kent sees him down there, kind of hooked up, able to hit him between the linebackers, picked up a big yardage.
Kent with a big 22-yard pickup on the pass. He'll keep the football, but he won't go anywhere this time. As nice job defensively by Maple Shade. And leading the tacklers was the big guy, James Johnson.
That was a great job defensively, as you mentioned there, Bob. Not only did they take away the dive, but they took away the pitch man. Ken, as he looked out there, the cornerback that time for the Wildcats had come up on the corner. Tim Stubbs, as he plays that corner, that kind of inside linebacker, outside linebacker position, took away that pitch, and Ken had to tuck the ball away, but not able to pick up any yardage.
Ken has a 2nd down and 12 call facing him. Back to throw. Kent fires it over the middle. It's completed. And down to about the 5-yard line is Matt Giles. And it'll be 1st and goal for Woodbury. The spot actually about the 6-yard line.
Giles about 5 yards down and just kind of breaks to the post. That quick slant Again, finding the opening in front of the defensive backs. Straight zone coverage in the secondary. Find the opening in those seams, and Kent doing a nice job of putting the ball on the money. Styles with a great catch, picks up the first.
First down and goal, ball at the 6-yard line, 5:15 to play in the half. Kent with the pitch, and into the end zone for the touchdown, Paris Minor. Paris Minor with a 6-yard run for the touchdown. And at the 5:05 mark of the first half, it's 14-13. We expected some fireworks today, and we've got them.
Well executed play by the Thundering Herd, the option to the left-hand side. Minor with real nice footwork as there was good penetration. The cornerbacks coming up for the Wildcats, but Minor, after taking the pitch, able to kind of duck inside to pick up the score.
The freshman kicker, Tim Anderson, will try to tie it. Gets a good snap, a good hold. Plenty of leg, and it's good. We're tied at 14 with 5:05 to go in the first half.
Straight option to the left-hand side, and it all starts with your quarterback. You fake the dive to the left hand, you get a kick-out block on your corner, and Minor just cuts it back up. Goes untouched to the end zone.
They've got a good one at Woodbury High. This is the first round of the NJSIAA Group 1 playoffs. The expanded version this year. Touchdown maker, Paris Minor. Good football game, see?
A lot of people felt that in the earlier rounds, this would be one of the better ones. One of the negatives about the expanded format, when you get maybe a number 1 seed against a number 8 seed, there certainly could be a lot of big scoring there by the number 1 seeds, a lot of blowouts, but for a 2 and a 7 matchup, which we have here this afternoon, a lot of people felt that this Maple Shade team was going to be a tough team for Woodbury to contend with, and they've certainly proven to be so throughout the course of this game today.
Kent kicking off for Woodbury. Shea Foster in the middle, deep. Stubbs back there. Kent. Penalty marker. Stubbs corralled at about the 20, but Woodbury may have been offsides.
Offside on the kicking team. Ball be re-kicked to the 35-yard line.
Woodbury now kicking from the 35. Jim Boyd not happy with that. That's a fundamental mistake that coaches don't like to see. Wilhelm, Stubbs, Foster, all deep for Maple Shade. Kent again approaching the ball. And they'll let Foster handle this at about the 19. Gets through, watch out, he is dangerous, gets to the outside, they may not get him. Finally dragged down a touchdown saving tackle by the kicker, Ryan Kent, or Foster would be in the end zone again. Boy, we have fireworks in this one. Timeout from Woodbury High. We're tied at 14. 40-yard kickoff return by Foster. Now Foster gets the pitch on first down from the 40. Nice tackle by John Stites of Woodbury. Loss of about a yard. Second down and 11 for Maple Shade.
Again, it's going to be tough for the Wildcats to get outside. The pursuit of this Woodbury defense is excellent. They come up hard on the corners. Their linebackers with their great speed. You can see they're making it very, very difficult to get to the corner.
Giles also in on that tackle. It's second down and 11, ball at the 41, 4:20 to play in the half. That's the halfback pass. Foster going deep. And it's intercepted by Money. And Money has some room. He can go. Midfield, 40, cutting back, 30, still on his feet. One man to beat. Dropped at the 22-yard line, saving the touchdown that time. Penalty marker down, however. But this time, Foster saves a touchdown. We'll see what happens with the penalties. Clips, maybe? Oh, we got a lot of excitement in this football game.
What a big turnaround here. They try to set it up on the pitch, but it's read very well by Money as he recovers, turns and makes a great catch. And then down the sideline, and you said it, he had some blockers out there and a lot of room to run. Ball will probably go against Woodbury, and somewhere along the way.
A great tackle by Foster.
We have 2 fouls. 1 foul, holding by the offense. That penalty has been declined. The clipping will be enforced, but Woodbury will put the ball at their 15-yard penalty, 1st and 10.
So Woodbury's interception holds up, but instead of getting the ball down to about the 20-yard line on a great return by Money, they're going to have to start from the 31-yard line. All kind of action in this game. 4:03 to play in a half. We are deadlocked at 14. Three interceptions in the game. 2 by Maple Shade, now 1 by Woodbury. Kent fires it. Completed to Minor, but no gain on the play, maybe a little bit of a loss. Second down and about 10 and a half for a first down for Woodbury.
You can see again the Thundering Herd trying to spread out that field, send their receivers deep, kind of slip Minor out into the backfield, but Loomis, the linebacker, read that extremely well.
Beverly, yard, maybe 2 yards, that's it. Maple Shade line doing a pretty good job defending the run today.
They've done a very good job, except for the one that Beverly broke in the first series. Done a nice job of taking away that fullback dive as one of the options available to Woodbury in their triple option offense.
Third down and 9, the ball at the 33. Big play for Woodbury. They still have time to score before halftime, 2:50 with the clock running, but they need a big play here. Passing down for Kent. Kent to throw, fires it, and diving attempt by Giles. Incompleted pass, but a nice effort by Giles. It'll bring up a 4th down.
I guess the penalty there was very big, pushing Woodbury back. Woodbury, knowing they had very little time, just about a little over 3 minutes when they took possession of the ball, probably forced them to put the ball in the air maybe a little bit more than they would have liked to. They'll have to turn the ball back over, 3 and out.
Tim Rivera, the punter for Woodbury. Deep for Maple Shade, Foster and Stubbs. Good snap. Short punt by Rivera off the side of his foot. And that hits a Maple Shade defender, but it goes out of bounds. So Maple Shade will have the football with good field position with 2:32 to play in the half.
Well, if you're the Maple Shade coaching staff, you're going to make a little bit of a decision here. 2.5 minutes, probably enough time to move the football if you want to. Or maybe you say, listen, I'd rather go in maybe at halftime with a 14-14 ball game. Let's maybe run the clock out here, not take any chances, not put the ball in the air. This is a team that prides itself in its plus-minus, its takeaway loss ratio coming into the game with a plus 15 means they have taken the ball away from opponents 15 times more than they've given it away.
Ball at the 43. Foster to about the 45-yard line, pick up of a yard or two.
Woodbury tackle number 65, Steve Smith. 2nd and 8.
Second down and 8 with 2:10 to play. Clock running in the half. Stewart, of course, has the big receiver, James Johnson. Lined up as a tight end in his alignment. Stewart to throw, gets a big right from the backside, fires it, and it's caught by Loomis, and Loomis knocked out of bounds.
Right tackle number 6,
Kent with the tackle, but Maple Shade with first down yardage inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Looked like that ball had a chance of being intercepted when it was thrown. Loomis was a wide receiver. The flanker to the right had come all the way across the field. Stewart had the time as the Woodbury defense kind of sitting back there reading the play. And Stewart drills it in there. Loomis with a real nice catch. And again, Kent having to make the tackle to prevent Maple Shade from going in with a score.
Ball at the 29, but the clock running. Stewart. Coverage breaks, holds up, and Barringer with the tackle, help on the play from Chuck Adair. Big loss back to the 33. It'll bring up a third down, but a minute 10 with the clock running. Maple Shade has to do a little bit of better job getting to the line of scrimmage here.
Maple Shade had used up 2 timeouts earlier, and there was some confusion. One of them at the beginning of the second quarter.
Second down out of the shotgun. Stewart. There's lots of protection. An incompleted pass as the intended receiver was Mark Santos. So it'll bring up a third down and about 14 for a first down with 48 seconds to play in the half. 1 timeout remaining for Maple Shade.
As you watch these wide receivers from Maple Shade, most of these guys having to play both ways. They're awful tired out there, having a real difficult time getting off the ball and up the field. Especially keeping an eye on that number 48, James Johnson, their big receiver. Certainly he's the guy they'd love to be able to get the ball to in this kind of a situation.
High snap, and Stewart comes down with it. They throw the little dump pass to Foster. Foster picking his way. Will not get close to the first down, get some yardage to about the 26, but it'll be fourth down. Clock running 31 seconds. And now Maple Shade decides to take its final timeout. We'll take timeout from Woodbury High. It's 14-14. Seesaw game in the first round of the Group 1 playoffs. Maple Shade 14, Woodbury 14. Maple Shade struck first. Woodbury tied it. Maple Shade went ahead 14-7. Woodbury tied it again, and now Maple Shade with a fourth down and 8 at the Woodbury 27-yard line, and a big play in this football game right here as Mike Stewart will operate out of shotgun. Stewart, good protection, fires it, looking for the end zone. And just over the intended receiver, James Johnson. Now Woodbury will take over with 24 seconds to go, and I would think here that normally you would think they'd run out the clock, but the way Ryan Kent throws the football, Steve, they may go for the end zone once or twice.
And of course, what Maple Shade needs to be careful of, all these runners for Woodbury have the ability to break the long one. So you don't want to get laxed here and just figure, okay, they'll sit on it, give them the ball, let them run the ball.
Ryan Kent running the attack for Woodbury. Kent will run it and dives for the out-of-bound marker and does get out of bounds with 17 seconds to go. Maple Shade will be very content with that short gainer to the 31-yard line. It'll bring up a second down and 5. Just 17 seconds to go in the half. Kent fires it, and it's completed to Allen. Allen's still on his feet, but finally dragged down. His lose yardage on the play. The tackler is the Maple Shade, led by number 30, John Wilhelm. And that'll do it, I believe, for the first half. Nobody's left the field yet, but the scoreboard clock showing all zeros. The officials talking about this. Woodbury tried to call a timeout.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'll move it.
You have 5 seconds remaining. Clock will be reset if they can. If not, we'll move it on the snap.
So Woodbury with 5 seconds to go before halftime.
37 Woodbury.
Timeout, Woodbury. Second timeout, they have 1 remaining.
And Woodbury did get the timeout before the scoreboard clock ran out. So Woodbury with a chance for one more play here. Everybody out for a pass, Steve.
Yeah, I think you certainly can see the confidence that Jim Boyd has in his team, especially with a veteran quarterback in Ryan Kent.
2 timeouts remaining.
Have to have a lot of confidence in his
5
ability
seconds on the clock.
to make the right decision in this type of a situation. If it's not there, you don't want to throw it up for grabs. If you are, you want to maybe throw it deep to make sure your players have an opportunity. It'd be very difficult probably for Maple Shade to run anything back. With the kind of breakaway speed that he has in his wide receivers in his backfield, you want to take advantage of every opportunity that you're given.
Could be the final play of the first half. Lewis and Giles, the split receivers. Minor in the slot. Kent going deep. Comes up for grabs. And it's completed nicely to Giles, but that'll do it for the first half. So after one half at Woodbury High School, it's Woodbury 14 and Maple Shade 14. We'll be back with the second half after this.
Woodbury's choice. They elected to receive. Maple Shade will defend this goal, kick away from the scoreboard. Let's have a good...
Second half football at Woodbury High School. That was Jim Daly, the referee, as Woodbury will receive the second half kickoff. Steve Crispin and Bob Shryock. Steve, a little bit of a surprising game. Maple Shade, I think, giving Woodbury a lot tougher game than some people anticipated. We're tied at 14.
Maple Shade coaching staff needs to be very happy with their team's performance in the first half. Getting the big play early, getting on the scoreboard early was really important for them. I think they've been really effective in throwing the ball. Surprisingly, a couple of their big plays have been out of their passing game. On the other side, Jim Boyd and his coaching staff needs to be a little bit concerned. Offensively, a couple mistakes that they want to try to avoid, a couple interceptions that have been key in the first half, and a couple of breakdowns on the defensive side has enabled this Maple Shade team to go in at halftime with a 14-14 score.
Woodbury with a lot of critical mistakes. The interception Steve talked about, the end zone interference, the roughing the punter. So they've made just about every mistake imaginable and still tied at 14 as we begin second half action. Jay Foster, the great senior tailback for Maple Shade, with 73 yards rushing in the first half, but 63 of those on his touchdown in the second play of the game. Jim Boyd talking to one of his linemen, Steve Smith. So Woodbury with its work cut out for it here in the second half as they hope to advance to the second round of the playoffs. If they win this one, they will host either Florence or Burlington Township in the second round next Saturday. Eddie Leahy does the kickoff work for Maple Shade. Waiting to receive for Woodbury in the middle is Harris Minor, one of the touchdown makers for the Thundering Herd. Could not have much nicer day for a football game, Steve.
It's turning to be a beautiful day here at Woodbury. This field's in great shape for this time of the year. A lot of times you go throughout South Jersey, watch football games, and these fields really take a beating over the course of a season, but they have things in excellent shape here today. Couldn't have asked anything more as far as the weather is concerned.
Leahy kicking off. Low kick. Picked up by Stites. And Stites gets the ball back to about the 27-yard line. Woodbury will have the first possession of the second half.
With number 44, Sean Loomis.
Ryan Kent had a pretty good first half throwing the football, 8 for 12, 119 yards and a touchdown, but he also threw interceptions on consecutive passes, one of them leading to the second Maple Shade score. Kent, great veteran quarterback of this Woodbury team. He's had an outstanding career. Minor with a nice run for close to first down yardage. Minor hitting the hole quickly.
A little bit of a different look from Woodbury there offensively, coming out in the power I formation. We're going to get a measurement here to see if they did get the first down. But that time, what it does is gives Minor the opportunity to follow two blockers. You got your fullback and your halfback going over that right-hand side. Gives you an opportunity to read the defense and see where that hole is, as they were able to pick up the first. And Minor doing a nice job with the good footwork of finding that opening and picking up that first.
Minor gets 10 yards. Woodbury with the ball at the 38-yard line. First down and 10. Just underway in the second half. Minor again picking the play, but only a couple this time after about the 41.
Appears that this Woodbury team wants to get back to their basic game plan, and that is we want to be able to run the football. Probably put the ball in the air maybe just a little bit more than they would have liked to, although they were successful. Their bread and butter is that they've got to be able to control the line of scrimmage. They've got to be able to run the ball effectively. They've got to establish that fullback dive, that inside running game. Hopefully be able to free up that outside game where they can utilize their team speed a little bit more effectively.
Minor got 3 second down and 7 ball at the 41. Kent with the pitch. Minor eludes one tackler down the sideline. Nice yardage. Good job as Chris Loomis had great penetration that time for Maple Shade. Could not make the stop. And Minor capitalizes and gets it out to about the 47-yard line for about a yard short of a first down. It'll be third down and 1 for Woodbury.
You mentioned Minor doing a nice job of getting away from Loomis. This Maple Shade defense has been well prepared for this wishbone offense. They take away the dive. They've been able to take away the quarterback forcing the pitch, but Loomis just not able to make the tackle.
Minor has first down into Maple Shade territory. Ball at about the 48-yard line. First down and 10, Thundering Herd.
Just following that offensive surge from that front line, you have Steve Smith at tackle, C.J. Merritt at 73 at guard, Mariano, Noon, Duffield all doing a real nice job of getting off the ball, not allowing the defensive penetration, giving Minor the opportunity to read the hole and pick up the first.
Kent throw. Fires it. Completed. And a nice job by Marcus Money, one of the touchdown makers, after catching the pass of running for a couple more yards. Good job by Money. He advanced to the 38-yard line. Injured player James Johnson for Maple Shade, but he's up on his feet. Looks like he'll be okay.
Okay, Money's a real nice receiver. As we see him there on the sideline. He's made a lot of real nice catches today, the one for the touchdown, but it's that little hook pattern going down about 5 yards. You turn. Kent doing a nice job with a quick drop and the set and the throw. Money with the good hands of going up to pull that ball down and then able to pick up the good yardage after the catch.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line of Maple Shade. Kent keeps the football and he hits a wall and a yard if that. Johnson into the tackle, also helping out Wilhelm. About a yard, second down and 9.
But with the penetration that Maple Shade is getting up front from their defensive front, it again is keeping people off the linebackers. And that time, along with Johnson, Phil Sharp, who just kind of moves along that line of scrimmage, is watching Kent. And once he broke up to the inside, they were there to make the tackle.
Kent to throw. Will Carter run it, then falls down and lose about a yard. Good coverage downfield by Maple Shade, forcing Kent out of the pocket. Loses about a yard. It'll be third down and 10.
That has probably been the most effective play for Woodbury throughout the course of this game, is Kent running the ball out of a passing formation, out of a passing play, dropping back, not seeing anything, and then kind of utilizing his running ability in that open field, but slipping and falling that time. They have prevented maybe a big game.
Kent to throw. Good protection. Breaks down. And he'll be sacked. Outstanding defensive play by Bill Potitaluk. Good thing we got that pronunciation before the game, Steve, or we'd be struggling with that one.
We sure would be, but he does a real nice job. It looked like, again, Kent, with a quick read, was going to tuck that ball away and try to pick up the yardage with the run, but Potitaluk there, able to make the play. And this is what's been so surprising about this Maple Shade defense, is they've shown good speed, good penetration. They're putting a lot of pressure on Kent.
Tim Rivera, the punter. Foster and Stubbs, the deep men for Maple Shade. Good hang time on this one. And this will keep rolling. And Woodbury, do they get it at the 1 or they go into the end zone?
That is really close. They're going to mark it at the 4 where he first made contact, but you always have to be careful that you don't allow your momentum to carry you and the ball in the end zone. It looked like they were about on the 1 foot line.
Nice shot by Daniel Caroma. He was down there quickly, a junior on the special teams, number 40. And that'll force Maple Shade to start this possession from its own 4-yard line. 7:13 to play third quarter. We are tied at 14.
Many people will tell you at the high school level, it's a game of field position. Right now, Woodbury has it working in their favor. Maybe to come up here with a good defensive stamp, force Maple Shade to punt.
Ball at the 4. Mike Stewart runs the offense for Maple Shade. A couple of good backs behind him, Stubbs and Foster. Stubbs gets it across the 5 to about the 7. Four-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats.
You mentioned, Bob, that after receiving our first half stats, kind of surprising how ineffective Maple Shade, outside of the 1 long run, 2nd play from scrimmage for the touchdown, they have been in running the football. Only been their passing game has been the big play for them offensively.
Foster. Not a whole lot here. Foster had that big run. His first carry, 62 yards for the touchdown, but after that in the first half, Woodbury held him to 10 net rushing yards, and he gets only 1 here. It'll be 3rd down and about 5.
And certainly, Bob, that run by Foster for the touchdown probably really woke up this Woodbury defense to some extent. Wouldn't be hard to look across that line of scrimmage and see Foster weighing in about 135, 140 pounds. He doesn't look like the biggest and strongest runner that they may face. But you got an early opportunity to see the great running ability that he has, the good footwork, the good speed once he gets to the open field. So you see this defense attacking a lot better the second half.
Foster sliding, Foster bulling ahead, close to a 1st down. Looks like he may have it. A nice job by Foster. That was a big play because Maple Shade would have been forced to punt from its own end zone had he not gotten the 1st down. So they get a big first to the 14-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Foster does is he does a real nice job of following his blockers, gets on the hip of that guard who's leading him up into the hole, and knew what he needed to pick up that 1st down, lowers that shoulder, and gets the necessary yardage.
Foster again. Sliding off 1 tackler, a couple of yards to about the 17. 5:10 to play, 3rd quarter, tied at 14, seesaw game. Maple Shade got the first score of the game. Woodbury countered. Maple Shade went ahead again, 14-7. And then Woodbury tied it at 14. That's where we stand. Second down and 8. 2-yard pickup by Foster. Stewart to throw. And incompleted pass. The intended receiver was Mark Bloom. So 3rd down and 8 for Maple Shade.
That's a tough break for the Wildcats. Bloom had gone down just enough to get the first down, turned to the outside, was open. Stewart, who at times in the first half didn't have a lot of time to throw the ball, but rolling to his left, does a nice job of turning, getting his shoulders upfield, puts the ball there, but Bloom not able to hold on, and now it brings up 3rd and long. So a lot of penetration from this front defensive line from the Thundering Herd.
4:38 left third quarter. Big 3rd down and 8 call for Maple Shade. Stubbs into the clear, and Stubbs has the first down. So Maple Shade able to convert consecutive 3rd down plays for first downs, and they'll keep the football. Nice call. The advance by Stubbs to the 29-yard line, 1st and 10.
Quick trap on the inside. You're going to see the guard come across here and do the block there on 55. Tough to pick up who that was, but there you see Stubbs, the fullback, following that block. Good call on the 3rd down and long. Woodbury kind of sitting back, looking past. Created that opening on the inside.
They'll lose yardage. Malachi Allen in on the play. Barringer also there. Chuck Adair out there.
Important for Foster as he's running that ball to try to stay tackle to tackle. He's walked off the sideline now. Foster is headed to the sideline. I don't know if he got hurt maybe a few plays earlier. This would be a big loss for this Maple Shade team not to have him in the backfield.
Loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11. Stewart to throw. Fires it and incompleted. Intended receiver was Bloom, covering on the play Marcus Money. This is the 3rd consecutive 3rd down situation for Maple Shade. They converted the last 2 for first downs. 3:25 left third quarter, tied at 14. Little dump pass to Stubbs. Good job of coverage that time by Woodbury. First tackler was Chuck Adair. A lot of help on the play. Barringer, Money. Also out there was Tim Rivera. And now Maple Shade will be forced to punt.
Wildcats cannot continue to force themselves in those 3rd down and long situations. Although successful in the first 2, not able to pick up the yardage there on that 3rd down and long situation. And to put the ball back to Woodbury. Woodbury hoping maybe to get a good return here. Putting themselves in a good position to get a score across.
Sharp punting. Paris Minor back at about his own 35-yard line. And he'll be able to return this one, 42. Minor cutting it back inside. Minor still on his feet, down the right sideline. Minor to the 20, the 10, he'll score! Paris Minor, but a penalty marker down, oh no. Did Woodbury shoot itself in the foot again? That was a 58-yard punt return touchdown by Paris Minor, but let's wait for the penalty.
It would be a shame because it was a great individual effort by Minor.
And it'll come back. How about that? Woodbury just killing itself with mistakes.
It appeared that time that Woodbury was going after the punt as they sent a number of players in there for the block. They had no wall set up. You'll see here the quick kick because of the pressure. Low snap. Does a good job of getting off, but there's good pressure by Woodbury. No one downfield to block.
Flipping, doing the return.
And we'll see if we can pick it up here. Minor with the footwork. I'll tell you.
Somewhere there, probably.
If that's the clip, that's an awful weak clip. It was almost more accidental than anything else. It looked like maybe one Woodbury player getting knocked into, maybe a Maple Shade player, but nonetheless, Woodbury will take over with still good field position here.
But instead of a one-touchdown lead, they have to start from their own 39-yard line. Woodbury with mistake after mistake. 2:22 to play third quarter. And off to Minor, who just had the TD called back, makes a nice gainer to about the 44. 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
There's no doubt that Woodbury coaches at halftime made the decision they got to get the ball in Parish Minor's hands a little bit more often. Comes in this game with 5 TDs on the season. We've seen what he's capable of doing. He started him with the I formation and give him the opportunity to run the ball behind his 2 blockers. That time out of their wishbone formation.
Fires it, has Money open, Money with the catch at the 30, to the 20, to the 10, he'll go in for the touchdown. Somehow, Marcus Money got behind the defender, and a long touchdown pass for Woodbury, 56 yards for the touchdown. 1:36 to go in the 3rd quarter. Woodbury on top for the first time, 20-14.
That's a big play for the Thundering Herd, and it could really hurt this Maple Shade Wildcat team. To give up the big play there was not a well-thrown ball by Ryan Kent, but it was just enough to get over the defensive player, and Money able to take it in and go in for the score.
Anderson, the freshman, trying to make it 3 for 3 from placement. And he's good again, so it's 21-14. And Marcus Money with 2 touchdowns. Let's look at the second one.
See the play action pass as Kent goes back, and it's not a real pretty pass, but the defensive player there, Wilhelm, number 30, kind of misjudged it a little bit. It appeared that he might have had the opportunity to go up and make the interception, but the ball carried just maybe a little bit further than I think he thought it would. Money making a real nice adjustment on the play and making in for the score.
Timeout from Woodbury, 21-14, Thundering Herd.
King off for the Thundering Herd, number 6, Ryan.
Woodbury in the lead for the first time, 21-14 with 1:36 to play, 3rd quarter. Maple Shade and Woodbury in the first round of the Group 1 playoffs. Kent kicking off. Stubbs at the 18. Stubbs has some room to the outside. Nice job on the return by Stubbs. Knocked out of bounds by Chuck Adair. But Maple Shade will have good field position as they find themselves trailing for the first time in the game, 21-14. Jim Boyd a little happier now. Paris Minor had that great punt return for the touchdown, nullified by the penalty, but on the second play after that, Ryan Kent with the 56-yard touchdown pass to Marcus Money, who now has 2 scores in the air today. Stubbs with the carry to about the 42.
Defensively, it looks like the Thundering Herd is starting to send a lot more players up to and inside that line of scrimmage. In addition to their down line, their linebackers up much closer, safeties coming up much closer to the ball. And try to take away that running attack. They want to force this Maple Shade team, if they're going to be able to beat them, they've got to do it through the air. And as we said, outside of that second play from scrimmage in which they went for the long touchdown, it's been very ineffective for Maple Shade running the ball.
2nd and 9, Stewart to throw, going deep. That could have been offensive interference there, but they didn't call it. The intended receiver was Sean Loomis, but looked like he may have pushed off and gotten away with it. You can hear the Woodbury fans unhappy with the non-call.
And they have every right to be, as it looked like Money probably had a better shot at making that reception than the intended receiver, who was Loomis. And it looked like Loomis became the defensive player, as you mentioned, almost actually tackling Money as he went up for the ball. No call there.
Willie Murray on the left of Jim Boyd. Willie Murray, All-State, first-team All-State quarterback here in the early 1960s under Jim Coon. They win the draw with Foster. Foster has some room, showing his great work in the open field and appears to have the first down. However, penalty marker. First touchdown call, but there is a penalty.
I don't think Maple Shade's going to be happy with that put at all. Again, I don't know if we'll have an opportunity to see it on the replay, but extremely questionable. It looked like Loomis, the wide receiver, looking to make a block downfield. Looked like he may have tried to back off the block a little bit, but I guess the ruling was there was enough contact there to warrant the call. Tough break for Maple Shade as they ran the delay draw for the first times that Jay Foster's had the opportunity to get into the open field.
Foul. Flip against the offense. They're going to repeat the down.
So instead of a first down inside Woodbury territory, Maple Shade backed up to its 34-yard line with a 3rd down and 17. They've got to get to about the 49-yard line of Woodbury for the first down. Clock running, 30 seconds to play, 3rd quarter. Stewart getting a big rush from the backside, completes the pass to Stubbs. Stubbs knocked out of bounds well short of the first down, and Maple Shade in a punting situation. So that'll do it for 3 quarters from Woodbury High School. Woodbury trying to advance to the 2nd round of the playoffs in Group 1, beating Maple Shade 21-14. Minutes to go. Woodbury 21, Maple Shade 14. Maple Shade punting on the first play of the 4th quarter. Steve Crispin along with Bob Shryock. It'll be Phil Sharp punting to Harris Minor, who returned a punt for a touchdown last time he touched the ball on a punt and had it called back. See if he can return this one. 21, and nice coverage downfield by number 44, Sean Loomis. Big play by Loomis. So Woodbury starting from its own 28-yard line. Despite the 2 interceptions thrown by Ryan Kent today, Woodbury has been very successful throwing the ball. 2 of their 3 touchdowns on passes from Kent to Money. Beverly with a big hole and nice yardage across the 35, about an 8-yard pickup. Spot at the 36-yard line. There'll be a 2nd down and 2.
Great dive over the inside, giving them the best opportunity to get Beverly into that open field. Something they really haven't had very much this afternoon. That yardage coming out of fullback position.
Minor, oh, he is hit and dropped by Brett Fitzgerald, a 261-pound sophomore tackle.
Well, it looked like somebody missed their assignment on the offensive line that time as Fitzgerald came in untouched to put the hit on Minor.
So a 3rd down and 6 after the loss. 10:50 to go with the clock running. Woodbury would love to keep possession here, run some more time off the clock. They're leading by 7. They head to Beverly, and Beverly will be short of the first down. I believe. It depends on the spot. Yeah, they'll bring it back. Woodbury fans thought that he had the first down. They're going to measure. Looks like he's a little short to me. Steve, I want to congratulate you. I understand that your son, John Crispin, has made a commitment to Penn State, where your older son, Joe, is having a great career in basketball.
Thank you, Bob. The opportunity for them to play together again. Wow, that is close.
Well, I said he was short, but I didn't realize it was 3 inches.
I'll tell you, I was with you, but I was kind of surprised they were measuring. I didn't think it was even that close to measure.
So Jim Boyd will not gamble here and try to get the first down. They'll punt the ball away. 4th down and a couple of inches. Tim Rivera punting. Shea Foster deep, along with Tim Stubbs. Pretty good punt by Rivera. And down at about the 36-yard line. So Maple Shade still very much alive. 10:19 to play in regulation. If there is a tie at the end of regulation, of course, overtime prevails in New Jersey.
That was a big defensive stand by the Wildcats there to hold Woodbury and force them to punt, get their offense back on the field. This is a team that needs a little bit of time to score. Right now with a little over 10 minutes to go.
Stubbs does not get much yardage. Advance to about the 36-yard line. Allen in on the tackle. He's had a bunch of them today. 2nd and 9 for the Wildcats. Woodbury 6-2 in the season. Maple Shade 5-3. Woodbury on a 4-game winning streak. Stewart, pretty good protection. Fires it back against the grain. Nobody there. Loomis was the receiver closest to the football. So a 3rd down and 9 for the Wildcats.
Stewart had a little bit of time there looking downfield, trying to find Loomis coming across the middle. A good coverage in the secondary by Woodbury.
Woodbury defense has pretty much shut down Maple Shade since those 2 first-half scores. Of course, the 63-yarder by Foster on the second play from scrimmage in the football game, and then Maple Shade's second score, 2-yarder by Stubbs, set up by the interception. Pitch. Foster dives for yardage. Penalty marker is thrown. Only a couple of yards. Woodbury thinks the penalty is against Maple Shade, and it is. They may just refuse this one and force the punt.
Personal foul clipping against the offense. That penalty has been declined. 4th down.
So Maple Shade will be forced to punt. Ferris Minor deep for Woodbury. Punting for Maple Shade. Phil Sharp. Bad punt by Leahy towards the cheerleaders. Not a good punt at all, and this will give Woodbury great field position. I'm going to get my 50-50 tickets out now, Steve. Guess what, Steve? Got my record intact.
6-2.
Steve, that was a net punt of 4 yards, giving Woodbury tremendous field position at the Maple Shade 44-yard line. On the option, keeper, and he'll pick his way for a pretty good yardage across the 40 to the 39-yard line. Ken has not carried the ball as often today as he normally does. But he is a very dangerous running quarterback with the option. He got 5, 2nd down and 5 with 9 minutes to play in regulation. Ryan fires fires it over the middle. Intended receiver was Allen. Incompleted. Third down.
Quick slant to Allen to that right-hand side, trying to hold the linebackers, a little bit of a quick play action, and then try to get Allen behind the linebackers for the quick look in up the middle. He's not able to connect on the play. You talked about Kenton's ability to run the ball, and one thing he does very, very well, he makes quick decisions. When you're running the option as a quarterback, you don't want to let the defense drag it out too far. If you're going to see the opening, you got to take advantage of it quickly, take the 4 or 5 yards, get yourself upfield as quickly as you can.
Ryan, there's that big tackle again. He makes his second great play this half. Somebody is not blocking Brett Fitzgerald. That is 2 big plays by Fitzgerald in the last 2 possessions.
Looked like Fitzgerald made a real nice read on the play. Instead of going for the fullback, he read the quarterback was going to keep it, allowing the fullback to go through. A lot of times in the triple option, you will allow one player, usually the defensive tackle, to go unblocked. And that's where you're looking for your quarterback to make that read. If the tackle goes down and makes the tackle on the fullback, you pull it out and run the option. If the tackle goes upfield, then you allow the fullback to keep the ball, hoping for the big gain.
Rivera punting for Woodbury. High punt, good hang time, no return on this one. Take a maple shade bounce, but recovered by Arthur Lewis. And we'll take time out from Woodbury High. 7:47 to play, 21-14, Thundering Herd.
Ball again on the maple shade 19-yard line. Crispin Wildcats.
Maple Shade possession from its own 19. Stubbs with the carry, but very little running room for Stubbs. 7:40 to go with the clock running. Now the clock becoming Maple Shade's enemy. They're not going to have too many more possessions.
This will probably be the last possession in which the Wildcats will be able to stay within their game plan, and that is to be able to run the ball, utilizing Stubbs and Foster in the backfield.
Stubbs got just 1 yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. The ball at the 21. The pitch to Foster. Foster still on his feet. Does not get the first down, but does advance the ball over about the 25. And now a critical 3rd down coming up for Maple Shade. They just cannot give up the ball more than one more time.
It's one of the few times that Foster's been able to take that pitch and get to the corner and pick up substantial yardage. Got a good block on the corner, and he cuts up inside of that block. Fights for those extra yards to bring up about 3rd down and 4.
Ball at the 25-yard line. Stewart, handoff to Foster. Foster battling for the yardage, and he is close. I think he might have the first down. Somehow, Tim Rivera comes out of the pack with the football, but the play was called dead. There's a penalty marker now. And this may really hurt Maple Shade because it appeared that Foster had first down yardage. It'll go against Maple Shade.
It appears to be a personal foul, the type that really had nothing to do with the play. It looked like the flag appeared to come well after the play was over.
Personal foul against the offense. 15-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Boy, this one hurts Maple Shade big time. They go half the distance and a spot all the way back to the 15-yard line. And they have to get to the 29 for the first down. So Maple Shade with its toughest call of the game. Trick play here. Stubbs going deep. And it's caught! It's caught! Loomis to the 20 is going to be hauled down from behind. A trick play. Loomis with the catch. Stubbs with the throw. Boy, they pulled one out of nowhere. And Maple Shade knocking on Woodbury's door at the 15-yard line. How about that play, Steve?
Unbelievable play. You could see it coming. Real nice throw here by Stubbs. Big question here from Woodbury is does he push Trent right there at the end of the play? Kent claiming that he got pushed by Loomis, and it was just fortunate they were able to get to Loomis before he was able to take it in for the score.
Giles saving the touchdown. Stubbs picking his way. Stubbs still on his feet, battling down close to the 6-yard line. Rejuvenating the Maple Shade offense, that big play.
As I watched that play, Bob, I got to agree with a little bit with Ryan Kent. It just appeared as when the ball was going up, Kent had great position on the play. And of all people, you would expect that he'd be the kind to go up and get it, but it looked like there might have been just a little bit of enough of a shove to get him off balance to enable Loomis, who was actually behind him, to get up there and make that reception.
2nd and 1, ball at the 6-yard line. Stubbs sliding along the line, and he'll have the first down. How about this? So it looked like Maple Shade was dead with a 3rd down and 15. Ball at the 3-yard line. 1st down and goal for Maple Shade, trying to get the equalizing touchdown. Stubbs hit in the backfield. Big tackle by Malachi Allen. Then he lost a yard. Allen with a huge play back to the 4-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Clock running, 4:35 to play. Woodbury leading 21-14.
It's going to be a tough 5 yards here for the Wildcats. This Woodbury defense coming hard on that inside.
That was a 70-yard gain on that trick play that got Maple Shade down inside the Woodbury 10. Stubbs, and he is hit for a yard loss. Huge play. Kent with the tackle. First hitter. Loss of 2, so Maple Shade backing up. And it's 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line with 3:50 to play.
But you know, in those first 2 plays, they're keen on that backfield. First with the stop on Stubbs, and that time as they shifted the strength of the formation back to the left-hand side. That time King on Foster the whole time, able to come up there and make the hit.
Stewart chased out of the pocket. He's going to be sacked. He's sacked by Steve Smith. And that is 3 consecutive losses by Maple Shade after the huge play got them down deep into Woodbury territory. And they're going to have to take a timeout here because the ball game may rest on this play for Maple Shade. Timeout with 3:16 to play. 3 tremendous defensive plays in a row. Look at this one.
Well, this is when the Woodbury defense has really come at its best, is when they forced Maple Shade into passing situations. They come very hard from the outside. Again, Smith in there on the tackle, not allowing Stewart the opportunity to look downfield to make the throw.
Well, it's 4th down and goal. They got to throw the football in the end zone. The ball at the 15-yard line. So Woodbury, Jack Valentine, the defensive coach in the huddle. 3 straight plays they have thrown Maple Shade for losses. But I tell you what, Steve, I think a lot of people came here today expecting a relatively easy Woodbury victory. Hasn't happened.
It's been amazing the way in which Maple Shade has come up with the big play, because really for the most part this afternoon, they have not been effective in really moving the football consistently. Big running play on the 2nd play we keep talking about for their first score. A couple big pass plays there in the 2nd quarter to get their 2nd touchdown, and then a little trick play there to give them the opportunity now to maybe get it on the score. Got to keep an eye on their big receiver, number 84, James Johnson.
Now this could be the final hurrah for Maple Shade. They have to get it in the end zone. Stewart, big rush, breaks 1 tackle, fires it, and it's completed, but short of the first down, short of the touchdown. and Woodbury will take over. They complete the pass for a 10-yard gain, but the good news for Woodbury is they stopped them on a tremendous goal line defense. 3:08 to play, Woodbury with the football. We'll take timeout from Woodbury. 21-14, Thundering Herd. That was an incompleted pass, so Woodbury taking over at the 15-yard line, first down and 10. Minor does not get much yardage. Good defense by Maple Shade. Maple Shade in a must-stop situation here. Tacklers led by Phil Sharp, also willing to play Brett Fitzgerald, who's had a big second half. Gain of only a yard, but Steve, they must hold him in this series, obviously.
Yeah, time running out with under 3 minutes here to go in the game. Would love to be able to also force a turnover. Got to be looking to go for the ball, get that helmet on the ball if you can.
Second down and 9, ball at the 16. Penalty marker. The advance by Minor to the 19. There's a penalty.
That was not an illegal shift. He was going lateral to the line. Yes, he was. No.
Penalties against Woodbury, but this is an interesting dilemma here for Maple Shade, Steve. Do they take the penalty or do they take the down? They only have 2:26 to go.
You're absolutely right. It would be third down and probably about 6 to go. Tough decision right now as they look to their sideline for some direction. Maple Shade has 2 timeouts that they probably could use to stop the clock as they've elected to take the penalty.
So they elect to take the penalty back to the 12-yard line. I guess that's the right call. I guess.
Well, if they can hold them here, they can use a timeout as the clock will now be started up again.
Woodbury in no hurry. The clock running. 2:18, 2:17. And it's second down, so they have 2 more downs before they'd have to punt. What Woodbury really wants to do here, obviously, is get a first down. Minor with the carry. Minor still on his feet, hauled down by that number 61 again, Brett Fitzgerald, who looks like he's riding a calf. Maple Shade using one of its timeouts, and it's third down and 9. They got to stop Woodbury on this play. Force the punt, they'd still have an opportunity. 1:52 to go. Maple Shade with 2 timeouts left. It's been an interesting football game. Woodbury leading 21-14. Just about everybody expecting a somewhat easy Woodbury victory, but it's been a battle.
Here early in the game when we were at 14-14, it was going to be a high-scoring game. Both teams put in a lot of points on the board, but it really hasn't turned out that way with only 7 points scored here in the second half by Woodbury.
Woodbury cheerleaders trying to get the crowd into it a little bit. So Maple Shade's hopes of advancing in the playoffs really basically come down to this play. A stop here, they're going to get the ball back. Woodbury first down, and Woodbury can pretty much run out the clock. Well, let's see what Jim Boyd calls on this play. Allen with the carry, and I don't know, I think he might have the first down. Malachi Allen with the carry. The first down, and what a huge play that is. That I called the first down before the measurement. It looks like they have it, but if they do, it's only by inches, Steve. If they don't have it, obviously they're going to have to punt.
Well, those eyes are working for you again, Bob.
First down Woodbury with 1:45 to go. Maple Shade with 2 timeouts can stop the clock only twice. So the big run by Malachi Allen with good blocking. And that could be the play that seals it for Woodbury. But now most critical, just hang on to the football. tackles into the clear. Allen, who just got the first down carry, makes nice yardage here. And has another first down. So back-to-back huge runs by Malachi Allen. Clock running 1:18, 1:17. Maple Shade in no hurry to use its timeouts. Under a minute. Minor with the carry, corralled by Poteniluk. And Maple Shade using a timeout with 49 seconds to go. They have 1 to go.
Maple Shade, it's their last timeout.
Last timeout. So basically all they have to do is kneel down, Steve. Maple Shade surprised you at all today, Steve?
They have been a very big surprise. Although, as we said earlier, a lot of people coming into this game thought this was a really good first-round matchup. Even though you had a 2-seed versus a 7-seed, this Maple Shade team on paper came in, also winning 4 straight games with a very nice running attack. They're a hard-hitting team. And I think their ability to get on the scoreboard early was real important. Gave them a little bit of confidence. Let him make some big plays in the first half, some big plays here in the second half, and certainly the inability of Woodbury to some extent, some of the penalties and some of the mistakes that they have made has kept Maple Shade in the game. And the Woodbury coaching staff knows they have some things that they have to correct this week.
49 seconds to go. Allen with the carry, and boy, Allen has been the key guy on this series. Another first down, and now Woodbury can just kneel down and let the clock run out.
Allen getting his opportunity, as you said, Bob, and taking every advantage of it. Shows you the abilities that he has. Part of that fine, nice running tandem. And I tell you, that's one of the nice things I really like about this Woodbury offense I have over the years is they have such incredible balance. They always have a good pair of running backs, good strong running fullback, and of course we've always talked about throughout the course of this broadcast Ryan Kent and what he brings to this team out of that quarterback position.
And that'll do it. The clock will just run down. So Woodbury advancing to the second round of the NJSIAA Group 1 playoffs with a hard-fought 21-14 victory over Maple Shade. Jim Boyd winning his 62nd career game. The Thundering Herd capturing its 5th straight game overall. They're 7-2, and they move on to the playoffs. We'll be back and wrap this one up right after this.
Opponent will be announced during the week. The Herd remains in the playoffs. Kickoff 1 o'clock next Saturday, right here. Thank you very much.
Final score, Woodbury 21, Maple Shade 14. The Thundering Herd advancing to the second round of the Group 1 playoffs. And Coach Jim Boyd with me now. Jim, I think everybody figured you'd win this football game, but I don't know if anybody thought Maple Shade would be as formidable opponent as they were. They're a pretty good football team.
Yeah, they are. They, good physical football team. 2 backs run hard. That tight end is definitely a threat, okay? They caught us on a couple big plays that run in the first quarter, certainly, that was a nice football play. And then the halfback pass late in the game, off the reverse, that's a pretty good one to pull out of the hat at that stage of the game. When they needed a big play, they came through with a big play there. It was just fortunate that we were able to come up and play some defense at the end of that to keep them out of the end zone.
Difficult to get ready for a team, Jim, when you basically only have a couple of days to look at films. You're not familiar with them.
And we're also with the expanded playoff thing, like going into that last week, even though we knew we had a playoff berth, who do you go out to watch? could be any one of 5 or 6 teams depending on, how the numbers work out. So, the opportunity to actually get there and see them in person, to really gauge them is tough just doing off of film.
Foster hit you with that 63-yarder in the second play. I guess that woke everybody up a little bit.
Yeah, and it was a play that we knew they ran. They're an I team and they run a basic slant off tackle, and they just split a seam on us, and he took off running and did a nice job with it. They're a good football team.
But some big plays by your team too. You've had a nice balance offensively this year, and the pass really helping you again today, Jim.
Yeah. The passing game has been a plus for us. Again today, we're still not really happy the way we run the option. It just looks awkward from time to time. We're going to face a difficult team in Florence or Burlington Township next week. Obviously, we don't know which one first, but if we're going to take the next step, that's one part of our game that we definitely have to improve on.
You like the expanded playoff system, Jim?
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys were the 7th seed today. They certainly belonged here, so I don't think there's any question in that they certainly belonged here on the field in a playoff game.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay.
Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll get the quarterback in here, Ryan Kent. Ryan, come on in.
Get rained on pretty soon.
Ryan, congratulations. I asked Coach the question. I'll ask you the same question. Did you guys expect Maple Shade to be this tough?
I guess going in, we probably we underestimated them a little bit, and we shouldn't have. They're really a good team. They got great size. They got good running backs, and we probably did underestimate them. But they came out in that second play of the game and 63-yard touchdown run. Yeah. So that tells you that they're a good team, and we have to wake up. And we came out with a victory. So
pretty good two-back tandem they have.
Yeah, they do. Number 20 and 32, they really run the ball hard. They have the traps and the ISOs, and 32 he has a little jukes on him and everything. So they're tough to bring down.
Obviously, the pass was available to you today. You took advantage of it. Money had a big game. Yeah,
we came in there. We knew with a 4-4 team, they only have 3 deep, so they usually only have 3 safety and 2 corners, and their corners are really short. And with our tall receivers and our speed, we knew that we could open up the field on them and pass the ball.
What happened on the last play, their trick play that got him down close? It looked like you defended it well.
Yeah, well, I think we saw the reverse, and then I saw the kid dropping back to pass, so I went back there, and I went up for the ball, and I think I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I think I got bumped a little bit when I was going up for the ball, and he ended up catching it over me. And luckily, Matt Giles was back there to haul him down, and we stood him up on the goal line.
Pretty good chance you and Paulsburg can wind up together again at the end of the season. Looking forward to that if that works out for you, Ryan.
Yeah, if it does work out, we're ready to face them. We got a game coming up next week here against Florence or Burlington Township, but a lot of criticism with us beating them the first game on if it's a fluke or not and stuff. So, we're looking forward to playing them again if the chance does arise.
No, you're a good student. A lot of people wondering if you're thinking about colleges yet, in which direction you might be leaning.
I'm thinking about going play college football. Probably I'm looking at University of Delaware.